I'm going to prep a canvas today, and I'm going to take this brush and move some paint. I think you can see this is going to take a while, so I'm going to try something else. Check this out. I'm using the new Liquitex painting knives. I love these knives. I can move a lot of paint fast. Well, let me show you some of the features of the knife that really excite me. The Liquitex knives all have brushed stainless steel blades. Very high quality, very strong, and a variety of shapes and sizes to match the techniques and the methods that I would use when I'm painting. For scraping, for paint application, for surface prep, for sgraffito. The blades are very strong, they're flexible. They can lift a large amount of color really fast. And one of the marks of a really high quality painting knife is the tang. The tang is the part that fits in the handle. The deeper the tang, the higher the quality of the cutlery. And these knives have very deep tangs with, additionally, plated stainless steel rivets. So this is a tool that's going to last a long time in the studio. It's very practical. And speaking of the handle, there are a couple qualities that I think are super. One quality is the blade has a high crank as it goes into the handle. And that means that when I'm working with the color on the canvas, it protects the wet color from getting up on my knuckles and my hand. The wood handle is ergonomically designed. It's shaped to fit my hand. I love that. It means I can paint for a good while without any fatigue. These are really smart tools. I'd like to share with you the entire range and show you what they're capable of. I'm going to cover the three groups of the knives, the spatulas, the trowels, and the scrapers. And I'll start with the spatulas. There's a rounded spatula, the elongated spatula, and a triangular spatula knife. And keep in mind, there are a lot of different knife styles to choose from. So all of the spatulas have the high cranked handles and the tapered stainless steel, which is thicker at the crank and tapered thinner for greater flexibility at the tip. And the spatulas are great because they all have rounded edges, which makes them ideal for paint application, large paint application, especially if you work large, and for blending color. So I'm going to put some color out here on the canvas, and I can apply this color, get a nice smooth layer, and then pick up another color and a third color. And what I'm going to do is effect a blend between these colors using the knife. First, I'm spreading the colors out clean, and then I'm using the knife to work one color into another. So here I'm going to work this middle tone into the red using the spatula. Wipe the knife clean and mix that same tone into the blue. So they're ideal for blending color. The next group of tool are the trowels. And the trowels are characterized by having sharper edges that come to a point, either diamond shapes, rounded edges that come to a sharp point, or innovative angular shapes that have pointed edges. And the trowels are great, as the name implies, for incising lines or applications where we want hard, crisp edges and distinct shapes. So let's go in. I have here a canvas. We will put some of this color on, and using a trowel, I can really control an edge here in terms of putting down a very sharp, crisp, delineating edge. Drawing a line. The third group of tool that I'll move to are the scrapers. Scrapers are super. They are the stiffest of all of the knives, really heavy duty. The two scrapers are distinguished by the one with the notched edge for creating a texture, and the second that has the sharp, straight edge for cutting into or scraping really clean edges. And these scrapers have applications well beyond the studio to whatever you can imagine, wherever you need to scrape. Now I'm going to show you a couple applications, additive and subtractive, using these scraper knives. So let me begin with a scumble over a canvas color that I already have here. And the scumble is basically dragging on top of an existing color so as not to mix the color, but to drag over the texture, enhancing the contrast here. A scumble, an opaque application of a wet color over a dry color. So using the scumbling method, the scraper knife is applying color boldly and thickly onto a layer of color underneath that's already dry without disturbing it. Now I'm going to use the same scrapers and go in with a subtractive approach, that is scraping back into the color. The notched edge creates a beautiful pattern across the paint. And I'm cutting into both the wet and the dry paint layer by using a lot of pressure here. I have with me a painted example, and I use this straight scraper to cut away all the way through the paint layers, sgraffito method, like a scratch board or a woodcut, and those dry paint layers show the color through. This is an exciting effect and technique that you can get with the Liquitex scraper knives. I hope you see how important it is to match the proper tool to the creative technique. We've had a lot of fun exploring the possibilities with the Liquitex painting knives. You can get more information from the literature or by going to www.liquitex.com. Thank you.